Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are going to start a text today called Vivekachudamani. Chudamani. Mani is any kind of a ornament. Mani is a kind of an ornament. Chuda is head. The head ornament of Vedanta, of Viveka. The head ornament is Viveka. And Viveka, which we saw this morning, is what? Discrimination, discernment between Nitya and Anitya. Let's just stick to the text. Nitya and Anitya. Between the temporary, the time-bound, and the permanent. Between the time-bound and the timeless. Vedanta teaches us to be very exact. And then Sanskrit will make you even more exact. You wait till a few more classes go. Nobody, after 3 months, nobody can defeat you in any argument. This is one of the side effects of, wonderful side effect of Vedanta. You become logical and you become very streamlined in your thinking. This is what it is. Very beautiful. So here we say that it is the head ornament in the form of Viveka, or the head ornament which is Viveka, or the head ornament of Viveka, this discernment. And in India, if you see a person like a dancer all dressed up, or even people in certain areas, especially in Rajasthan, this head ornament is a must. Most women will wear them. And so when you look at the person's face, what you see first is the head ornament. And so in this way, the head ornament, just like it catches attention, this text also is drawing its attention to this Viveka. Not just Viveka. Viveka means all other things are brought in. It's like eating noodles. You can never eat one noodle. You try to eat noodles, what happens? All of them come together. So Viveka, if you take, Vairagya, Shama, Dama, all these things will come. So we are going to take a look at this text. It's a daunting task. You know why? 555 verses. And I just sent for those, there are two versions of it. One is at the end of your book in Devanagari. But for those who cannot read Devanagari, I sent the big version, which has come in your, WhatsApp group. And so you can look at that. That will have the transliteration. So you can be much more engaged and participate fully, because what the Tattva Bodha says in prose, this says in very beautiful, simple, easy to grasp and enjoy poetry. So now there are two versions, and then we will take a look at this text. Of course, we are not going to do 555 verses, okay? In case you're planning to book your ticket back at the thought of this. So we are not going to do, and then Pujya Swamiji took 108 of the main verses out of the 555 verses and then taught that and made that famous because it's just a culling of just the, the vision of Vedanta in this particular form. We don't even have time to do 108 verses because twice a week perhaps we will do question and answers, and so we need time for that. And then I'm also hoping, we are hoping to make you, what is that, make you familiar with Pujya Swamiji's own words. And to that extent, we have some videos lined up. We are waiting for a projector to come. So all this has to be accommodated. So I don't know how many verses we'll do. And we're just going to go and see whatever looks nice, we'll do that. No, not quite, but we will look at some important ones out of these 108 to give you a little flavor of the different kinds of writings that exist in the Vedanta world. This is very important. So we cannot have a full meal of Vivekachudamani. What will we have? Appetizers. Yeah. Like when you go to party, what will they do? They will put one small baby idli in the toothpick. They will pick it with a toothpick, and then you have to dip it in the chutney and just have this small idli. A tiny idli, a tiny little, some piece of carrot and pineapple together, again impaled with a toothpick. That is what the whole idea is, to get a taste of it. You are not actually having the whole meal, and that's why it is called appetizer. What does the appetizer do? It makes you want more. Ah, it's not enough. Where is more? Where is this gone? I want more, because it has created a desire in the palate. Similarly, the idea here is that it will create a desire to study more and to be in touch with this text and with other such texts more, to be able to marinate in the Vidya, to immerse oneself in the Vidya. If whatever number of verses we study, if it inspires you to do that, then the exercise has been successful. Absolutely successful. So this is Vivekachudamani. It belongs to a certain kind of granthas, manuscripts in the tradition, which is called, what is that? Prakarana Grantha. Prakarana Grantha. And again, you can't really translate it. A secondary work on Vedanta, which again, what does it do? It copies the Upanishad. How does it copy the Upanishad? Step by step, just like how the Upanishad unfolds the vision from beginning to end, the Prakarana Grantha also will unfold from beginning to end. What is the difference? The Prakarana Grantha will be much more elaborate than the Upanishad. The Upanishad just says a few things and goes away. It expects you to have all the criteria for studying Vedanta, the conditions it expects you to have, and it expects you to bring that to the teaching and then just gain the knowledge, get up and go away, which is what all the students in the Upanishads do. They don't hang around. They just say thank you and they leave. They just go away. So, therefore, the kinds of students we encounter in the Upanishad, like our, what's his name? Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad. You might have heard Nachiketa. Small boy, 7, 8 years old, we hear. So much maturity, so qualified for this teaching. Then we have Ashvalayana in the Kaivalya Upanishad, a sage. And so all ages are covered, everything is covered, men are covered, women are covered, Maitreyi is there. And then so like this, everything is covered. So it shows us that the students can hail from any background, from any age, any gender, doesn't matter. The student of Vedanta, the only thing that matters is preparation. Emotional maturity is the preparation. I cannot be physically 52 years old and behave as though I am 2. Why? Because there is an inner split when I do that. And that inner split, that inner division is healed first, and then the outer division about the differences between oneself, Jagat, Jivas, Ishvara, it is just a cakewalk. It is very easy. This is the difficult split. And so the emotional maturity being constant, then all other things unfold. The student of the Upanishad is highly qualified. Shvetaketu only needs a 9-day retreat, not a 3-month course, 9-day course. 9 classes later, he says, Dhanyoham, I am blessed, Kritakrityoham, I am very grateful. Kritakrityoham means I have accomplished whatever there is to accomplish in this life. I am full of contentment. I'm happy. Goes away. Nachiketa still less. One extended class and he's done. He's finished. Maitreyi also, just one conversation with Yagyamalkya, husband turned teacher, and then she's done, finished. So, like this, the students of the Upanishad are called Uttama Adhikarinaha, means highly qualified, of the rarest of variety of preparation. Very little, if any, ragadveshas, very little homework needing to be done, and very little prep work needing to be done. They are ready. The teacher, they find the teacher, they approach the teacher, ask for the knowledge is given, tata, finished. See you later. Kaam khatam. But that is on one end of the continuum. The Upanishadic student is what is part of the ideal type. So if we are drawing a continuum, the other end must be what? Bekar students, useless students, called Manda Adhikarinaha. Manda means dull, slightly dull. Nothing goes in. Okay? Just sit there, nothing happens, day after day after day. Even the chair they sit upon gets enlightened, but they don't. You know, this is the situation. Thankfully, nobody is Manda Adhikari. This is also ideal type. This is also ideal type. One ideal type over here, extra fantastic, and the other ideal type just wash out, right off, nothing, no possibility of anything going in the head. But the rest of us, where are we? If we are not in this side, if we are not here, then where are we? Right in the middle somewhere. We are all in the middle somewhere, which means that there is some preparation. Otherwise, people would not have come here. People cannot enter the gates of a Vedanta ashram without some preparation, some jigyasa, some desire to study. All these things will be there. Some preparation is there, but then some more preparation needs to be gained. And if we tell the Madhyama Adhikari, you know what? Go back, gain the preparation, and come. What will happen? They'll not come back. They'll not come back. But sometimes the teachers, especially in this Uttarakashi and other places, strict ashrams are there. Not like here. Strict ashrams are there where they are told, you go to Kailas ashram, and in the past, the previous or the previous to the previous pontiff was very, very strict. When Swami Vidyananda was there, he was very strict. And he would, if anybody said, please teach me Upanishad, please teach me Bhagavad Gita, he would say, yes, yes, I will teach you. Take some Ganga water, go to Rameshwaram, and then what? Bathe the Shivalinga there with the Ganga water, get some sea water, come back to the ashram and bathe the Shivalinga in our ashram. And then I will teach you. And what did the student ask? Sure, when is the next flight? No flight. Yes, go by walk and come back. Many times they would not come back. We can only imagine why they don't come back. We can imagine he is filling up the Ganga water. Naturally, you look around to see what else is there. And he sees a sweet young thing on the other side of the bank, also filling water. Oh, where do you live? I want to meet your parents. Ask for your hand in marriage. And then what? Many years later, that ashram, yes, I wanted to go. I wanted to study Vedanta. He hasn't forgotten because the children are named Katha, Kena, and Isha. Okay? In honor of the Upanishads, he could not study. Like this, so many things happen. As we have heard of this very cliched expression, what is that? There is many a slip between the cup and the lip. Many slips are there. And so therefore, the beauty of the Prakarana Granthas, the authors of the Prakarana Granthas knew this problem of the Madhyama Adhikari. What is the problem? If you say, please go develop all the qualifications and come, they will neither come back nor will they develop the qualifications. So some drastic measures are necessary. Whether drastic or not, some elaborate measures are necessary. Recognizing this on part of great sages like Swami Vidyaranya, who wrote the highly regarded Panchadashi, 15 chaptered one, and another Shankaracharya, to whom the Vivekachudamani is attributed. And so like this, they had so much compassion for all of us. They had so much compassion for the Madhyama Adhikaris that they wrote this so that one can continue to study Vedanta while collecting and cultivating the qualifications. This is what is it's a beautiful contribution. They need not have done that. They could have written some highfalutin thing and then we would have just been, devoid of these kinds of granthas. So the greatest donation, the contribution of the Prakarana Grantha is in its ability to hook the person who is almost 1 foot out the door. Okay, I'm done. I don't think I can get this knowledge. And after listening to all the qualifications, they say fourfold. You heard this morning. And how many came out? Not 4. Yeah, you count. It is 9 actually. 9-fold they will not say. Why? Because bye, I'm gone. Because the person who has just come will not have the confidence to say, I can sit here and I can have perfect Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha. How do you spell that? And then all these things. How can I have this? I'm not able to have this. So therefore, there is the hopelessness that one always carries before coming to Vedanta, that fruitions and flowers and fruitions, and says, I can't do this, I don't know how. So the Prakarana Grantha is good because it makes you feel good. Aha, the Shama is being discussed in great length, wonderful. Even Tattva Bodha is a Prakarana Grantha only. Prakarana Grantha. So this is afterwards. When we have questions, you can ask. So the Prakarana Granthas have a place, have a very important place in the tradition. Without them, we would just feel like we are not having a limb. Just like how if you don't have a hand or leg, one feels it. Even if the leg is sprained for a few weeks, you feel it. Oh my God, I can't move around. What's happening? Without Prakarana Granthas, we would be like that. Because they give the gist of the Upanishad in a very elaborate, what the Upanishad gives in the gist, they elaborate that. They talk about how to gain this knowledge. They talk about what comes in the way of gaining this knowledge. They talk about how to take care of what comes in the way of gaining this knowledge. They talk about what all to do while gaining this knowledge, what kind of a conducive life I can lead, so that this knowledge makes sense to me, so that I understand and enjoy it. All these things they do. They really, really help us. And therefore, they are worthy of study. This is the only time slot we have for studying this. All the other time slots are taken up. So therefore, we are going to launch a little look into the appetizer called Vivekachudamani. So this Vivekachudamani, attributed to Adi Shankara, like everything else, perhaps written by some other Shankaracharya, we do not know. And this is something beautiful because in the olden days, even the author would just give the credit to the guru. So if somebody was Adi Shankara's student, or many generations later a student, considered himself herself a student, they would just say this is from Adi Shankara, Shankaracharya. So it's a knowledge without authorship. That is what the Upanishads are. So anything that is serving this knowledge will not have the name on it, especially in the olden times. Because right now we have this, what is that called? Intellectual copyright. Yes, and then everybody writes a book, and then next to the person's name, there is a circle with a C inside it. What does the C stand for? Copyrighted. Meaning, if you use anything, you have to pay money to me because I have written this book. It's my work. And if you quote it somewhere without permission, then royalty has to be given. Or else, like this is the kind of a privatization of knowledge was never there. Never there in India. Never there in ancient India. Now India has to wake up. Why? Because even the yoga poses people are trying to patent in other countries. India has had to wake up. Ayurvedic herbs, all these things were just available because we don't think of ourselves as the authors or the agents of knowledge. Knowledge is given. It's already given. The herb is given, the ability to use the herb is also given. The idea strikes somebody's head, maybe I can use this for the headache, that is also given. We cannot take knowledge is freely given. We cannot privatize it, we cannot commercialize it. And so, therefore, in the olden days, there was this very nice pratha, the custom of not putting one's name on it. Why put my name on it? They would not put their name on it, ascribe it to the Guru. Sarvam Brahmarpanam Astu. Just give it up. Give up the authorship. So, of course, you have the you don't have the person's name, but there is some kind of a delightful understanding that even if the person's name is not there, you know that they have studied. You know they have studied from the right place in the right way, and they are sharing this knowledge in the most delightful way so that I can benefit. This is the beauty of the Prakarana Grantha. And then, so many of them do not have authors. All of them Shankaracharya. Aparokshanubhuti, Shankaracharya. Atmabodha, Shankaracharya. Vivekachudamani, Shankaracharya. Nirvana Shatkam, Shankaracharya. Like this, so many granthas are there. All of them are attributed to Adi Shankara. You give it up, you give up the authorship. And there is something very beautiful and freeing about that. It is a knowledge without an author, it is a knowledge without an agent, and that is, in a way, appropriate for the study of Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of Brahman as the truth of myself. With this introduction, let us get into the text. Before that, a small note that every book, every work starts with a prayer. And in fact, it is a custom to not study books which do not have prayer in the beginning. It is said so as much. The Shastra as much says that if there is a book where the prayer has not been done, then please do not read this book. That's why the prayer is always there. Meaning, I honor the teacher or Ishta Devata or sometimes both. Many kinds of prayers are there. Opening prayers are of many kinds. We'll talk about that. The opening prayers are important because it shows the person's humility, and humility is a hallmark of emotional maturity. That I don't want to put myself forward and say me all the time is a mark of growth, inner growth. That is something beautiful to watch. So that's why it was said that if there is no prayer at the beginning of the work, do not read that. Did you know that Duryodhana, you know Duryodhana, right? No. The villain of the Mahabharata. Did you know that he wrote a book on dharma? Most adharmic person supposedly wrote a book on dharma. It did not survive. It became what? Ajabhakshitam, eaten by goats, because it used to be written on leaves. Many things were just well assimilated by the animals. Cow food, goat food. Why did it become goat food? Because it didn't survive because there was no prayer. He did not know how to pray. He only knew how to prey upon other people's resources and other people's sanity. We didn't survive. Bhagavan takes care of such kinds of works. And so every work starts with a prayer. The opening prayer can be of many kinds, and we will encounter this. Like, see, the Tattva Bodha prayer is one example of the opening prayer. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattva Bodho Bhidhiyate. Don't think it's a simple prayer. It's a very, very deep prayer. It does a lot of things in those two lines. Unbelievable amount of things it does. First, it is Guru Vandana, who is Vasudeva. It could be Krishna and Yogindra, Guru also, but it says it could be the name of the Guru, Vasudevendra. It could be anything. It could be both. And then Guru Vandana, and then the subject matter is already introduced to us. Tattva Bodha. Tattvasya Bodha. Bodha, the understanding, the knowledge of what? Tattva. Tattva is a very interesting word. Tat means what? That. You add tva to it, it makes it an abstract noun. Thatness. Like ness, kindness, and thatness. What is this thatness? The essence of what is that? The word that in Sanskritam, the word tat is a code word for Jagat Karanam Brahma, Ishvara. Because it's a pronoun, that is used for things away from me. Think about it. That door, right? That window, that chair, this book, this table, this mic. So the word this and that, very consciously we use. That means which is far away. Ishvara is never far away. The truth of the indweller is Ishvara, the indweller of this body, mind, sense complex is Bhagavan. Every folk song will say that. Every couplet of all the bhakti movement sages will say that. But still, do I know that? No. And therefore, I keep looking for this Ishvara. Darshan kab doge? This is the question. When are you going to give me darshan? Darshan has now become the English word. I don't even need to translate. When am I going to have darshan of you? Don't play hide and seek with me. Show me your face. Show me you. So therefore, the feeling is that of remoteness, not able to connect, some kind of a remoteness. So tattva means thatness. So thatness means the word that is used, the Upanishad is kind enough to use the words that we feel every day. We feel far away from Ishvara before we encounter Vedanta. And so that distance is measured through the word that. So tattva means the truth of that. What is the truth? Meaning the two are one. Bodha. So the subject matter is given. The audience is given. What is the audience? Mumukshus, yes. All of you, yeah. And the purpose is given. Hita. Hita means the benefit. Hita means you feel, nice. That is hita. So for the benefit is the purpose. The purpose is given. In other words, the whole Anubandha Chaturtaya is given. So what is the connection between the book and the subject matter? The book contains the subject matter, understanding which the phala, which is hita of the mumukshu, meaning the gain of moksha, is done. You see, such a deep prayer it is. So like this, we have that kind of prayer. Sometimes there is the prayer to the Panchadashi is also like that. What the Guru does is given very beautifully. And what does that say? Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane Namaha. So, Namashri Shankarananda Gurupadambu Janmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. So, Namaha unto that Guru, who is what? Shankarananda. Shankara in the form of Ananda, or perhaps there was one Guru called Shankarananda. And who is this Guru? So, Guru Padambu Janmane. So, namaskar to the lotus feet of this Guru. And then what do these feet do? They have only one job. The feet means the blessings. The Guru itself is seen from the standpoint of the feet. The feet is like the foundation of the embodiment of all knowledge. So, what does the Guru do? Eka Karman. The Guru is Eka Karman, means has only one job. No other job the Guru has. What is the Guru's job? Is to eat up ajnanam. Like a shark. Graha. The graha, just like it eats up other fishes and everything in the sea world, and then here also the ajnanam, what is ajnanam? Self-ignorance, which is covering my own glory, as it were, is removed with the help of this book, with the help of the teacher and the teachings and the knowledge. So the one that removes that, one who has only one job. So the Guru's, sometimes there is just the Guru's glory that is sung. Sometimes there is Ishta Devata that is talked about. Like in the Advaita Makaranda prayer, there it is what? Krishna. Krishna, who is in the form of Ananda, And there is a very nice, very complex prayer. Kataksha kirana chantanaman mohabdhaye namaha amritananda krishnaya jagadmangalamurtaye. So the one whose sidelong glance, kataksha means a tiny glance, not a full look, tiny glance. The warmth of the rays of this kataksha, this small sidelong accidental glance of this Bhagavan in the form of Guru or of this Bhagavan. And what does it do? It dries up the ocean of tears in the form of the ocean of samsara. It shows us that the ocean of samsara is but a notion of samsara. That which converts the ocean into a notion, just by not even talking, just by their very being, their very grace, is this, is invoked here very beautifully. For whom? Namatam, for the people who surrender to that Guru. Not for everybody, but for the people who see something in that teacher and surrender to that teacher. This kind of a transformation is done. Very beautiful. So these prayers, these opening prayers are very, very nice. And not to be outdone, the Vivekachudamani also has a lovely opening prayer. Let us chant. सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरम् सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. Together. सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. Pranatah asmi aham. Aham means I. Pranatah asmi, I remain bowed down. I remain saluting. I remain doing namaskara. Not that I finish one namaskara and bye-bye, go away. No. I remain saluting because that much is what is owed. That is the gratitude. Gratitude is so overwhelming that nothing that I can do can give back whatever I have received from the teachings, from the teacher. So since the gratitude is so overwhelming, I remain saluting. I remain bent, pranatah, and meaning humble in the face of this knowledge, in the face of the teacher. And so, pranatah asmi aham. Whom? Govindam. Govinda is who? Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna, Govinda. Govinda, who is what? Parama Ananda. Paramananda. Lord Krishna is seen as Ananda Swarupa. Ananda is never straight. If you see a dancer, a Bharatanatyam dancer or Odissi dancer, any classical dancer depicting Lord Rama, how will she be? She'll suddenly become very straight like this, carrying the bow, because Rama is an embodiment of dharma. But when she depicts Krishna, it will be with three bends. Legs this side, body this side, flute this side. Yeah, because Ananda is a lahari. It's a wave. It's spontaneous. It's one's own nature. It cannot be measured and said, okay, I'll have a little bit of Ananda today and a little bit tomorrow. I better save some for tomorrow, because what if tomorrow I don't get Ananda? No, it is you. There is a certain kind of a freeness in the dancer's depiction of Lord Krishna, because it is Ananda Swarup. Paramanandam Govindam Pranataha Asmi Aham. Govinda may be the teacher's name also. We don't know, because we don't have any idea of who the author is. Doesn't matter. In any case, it is somebody to whom I have, it is Bhagavan. Even the Guru is considered Bhagavan anyway. It is this Bhagavan to whom I have total surrender. I remain surrendered. I remain saluting. And who is this Bhagavan is described here in the first one. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. Gochara means that which is known. That which is known is called Gochara. That which can be understood, that which is known is called Gochara. How is this Bhagavan known? Sarva Vedanta Siddhantaihi Gocharaha. The one that is made known to me by the Siddhanta, by the essence, by the teachings, the tenets of what? Vedanta. Sarva Siddhanta, Vedanta Siddhanta. Through Vedanta alone, Vedanta is the doorway for knowing Bhagavan, not as an object, as myself. So through this doorway marked Vedanta, alone I have access to this Bhagavan which I am yearning for, which I don't know anything about, which I have a longing to greet, to meet, to become one with, to merge in, to immerse myself in, however you want to put it. So Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. There is only one way to know this Bhagavan. This is not the Bhagavan that is in the temple. This is not the Bhagavan that is you find in places of worship. The Kenopanishad says that much in so many words. It says that, yenas tad upasate, tadeva brahma tvam vidhi, nedam yaha upasate, not what you worship. Because the God, Ishvara of Vedanta, has to be you. What you see in temple is an interim placeholder till this truth of oneself as non-separate from this Bhagavan is understood and assimilated fully, properly. So therefore, that which is known only through the tenets of Vedanta, Sarva Vedanta, all the Vedantas are what? Have sacrificed themselves to reveal this Bhagavan. All the words of Vedanta are in the service of revealing Bhagavan. They have exhausted themselves in revealing Bhagavan, so to speak. Tam means that one by itself, agocharam, not an object. Not that which can never be known as an object. Then somebody can feel sad, I want to know Bhagavan as an object. It need not be known as an object. Why? Because it is you. It is the content, the truth of the subject. So therefore, it cannot be known as an object. But you don't have to feel sad that it cannot be known as an object, because it need not be known as an object. Need not be known as an object means what? Meaning it is self-evident I. It's the truth of the self. That is the truth of me. It is already self-evident. So why should I objectify myself to know myself? No. I already know I am. That I am is known to me. And so therefore, I need not objectify myself. And so therefore what? Therefore, we have to see that in itself, it cannot be known as an object, but through the words of Vedanta, by removing the ignorance centered on this I, it can definitely be understood. No. That is the first verse. We have started with the Big Bang. Then he talks about three things which are very difficult to gain without this Bhagavan that he worships in the first verse. He talks about three things that are very difficult to gain without the grace of this Lord. Lord includes goddess. This Bhagavan, Bhagavati, without the grace of this Bhagavan, that which I cannot get. So three things are already there which are due to a gift from Bhagavan. That is what the next verse that we are going to study. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, second verse. Durlabham trayame vaitat Daivanugraha hetukam Manusyatvam mumukshutvam Mahapurusha samshrayah. Together. Durlabham trayame vaitat Daivanugraha hetukam Manusyatvam mumukshutvam Mahapurusha samshrayah. Durlabham. Dukkhena labhyate. Very difficult. It is with great difficulty it is gained. Three things are pointed out which are difficult to gain. What is number one? Manushya. All of them start with M. There is one candy called M&M. Yeah. This is M&M. Yeah. So, Durlabham. Three things are Durlabham. Number one, Manushyatvam, human birth. And we'll see in detail why it is so. Very difficult to gain is the human birth. Because depending on all kinds of desires we have, rock climbing. Best kind of body for rock climbing is goat janma, correct? But somehow I am in a human body with rock climbing vasana, maybe from previous life, or I'm getting ready to become a goat in the next life. I don't know. Yeah. So therefore, rock climbing. And what is that? Bungee cord jumping. Spider samskara. Yes. That's all. That's what the spider goes. It will be going. You try to go like this, it will go like that. Yeah. I could have become a spider. I could have become a mountain goat, rock climbing day and night. I could have become a big cat, lion, tiger, all these things. Cheetah, puma, all these things I could have become. Somehow I find myself as a human being. This is a huge thing. So the first one is Manushya. Okay, so many human beings are there. But then to be a mumukshu, a seeker of freedom. In a way, everybody is a seeker of freedom. But this is also very rare. Durlabham, difficult to gain. Why? Because so many things I could be doing. Everybody is seeking freedom, but they don't know it. Even the person wanting to climb the rock is seeking freedom from all other annoying people. That's why alone she or he goes somewhere. And like this, and all these daredevil, pastimes and hobbies that one has. What is that? Sky gliding, this, skydiving, sky gliding, this, that, all these things. Somebody asked me, I was in Mauritius recently for a Vedanta camp, okay, not for skydiving. Yeah. So, Somebody said, Swamiji, let's go up. I said, if I was meant to go up like that, I would have been born with a pair of wings. No, thank you. But those sports are there. And that thrill that thrill you ask, you interview the people who do all these kinds of daredevil, that motorcycle, in the fire, all these things. You find out why they do it. They want to be free. They want to break the barriers. So that is, they are also a mumukshu, but they are going about it in a different way. That's all. Everybody is a mumukshu. If you're born as a human being, you're a mumukshu, you just don't know it yet. If you tell, you just go outside the gates of the ashram and just say, hello, you're a mumukshu. They'll say, what shoe? Which shoe? Where can I get it? So they won't understand. So this is very rare. You can be born as a human being, but to discover that you are a mumukshu is very, very rare, very, very difficult. Then the third M is what? Mahapurusha Samshrayah. Samshrayah means taking refuge in Mahapurusha. We know how to take refuge in Purusha, some Purusha or the other, Purusha means person. We rely on people, we depend on people. We depend on family members, one depends on the children, one depends on friends. That is taking recourse to any Purusha that is there. But Mahapurusha here means Guru. Guru is called Mahapurusha. So taking refuge in the teacher, meaning you alone can help me out of this conundrum of finding myself wanting that which is infinite, but keeping on making finite choices. Why do I do this? Why am I so crazy? You only can tell me there is no other Sharanagati other than you. This is Mahapurusha Samshraya. These three things come how Daiva Anugraha Hetukam. The Hetu means the cause, the reason for these three things is Bhagavan's grace. We don't say that grace is dispensed like lotion, yeah. Bhagavan doesn't go around dispensing grace. We say grace is earned. Through what? Punya karma. Through anything, even accidentally, that I may have done good in the past life, has given me this birth, has given me the desire to seek the truth of myself, has given me also the person or the people who will teach me the truth of myself. This is what is called Mahapurusha Samshraya, and this is Daivanugraha Hetukam, Anugraha of the Bhagavan. 4 types of anugrahas are talked about in the Shastra. One is Bhagavan has to smile upon my quest. So many people applied, and then so many people said they were coming, and then last minute something happened. Very sad. Last minute something happened, and they could not avail of the course. We expected them, we had everything ready for them, but they just could not come. Some sickness, some problem with the family people, so many obstacles are there. So therefore, this we can say this is Deva Anugraha, Daiva Anugraha. This is called Daivam. The hidden variable is called Daivam, because I don't know what may happen. To stop this, stop me from enjoying this and discovering the truth of myself before the, what is that called? Before the quest is complete. So then we also talk about Shastra Anugraha. What is Shastra Anugraha? The teaching should be able to speak to me. Why won't the teaching speak? If it is taught properly, it should speak. But no. For many people, Sahana Bhavatu mantra is a lullaby. As soon as Sahana Bhavatu starts, and what is our closing prayer? That is a wake-up call. Okay. Shastra Anugraha. Shastra Anugraha means the Shastra has to bless me to study that. So then the Shastra Anugraha, Shastra has to bless me. Then the third one is Guru Anugraha. The Guru has to bless. Guru has to bless means there is no reason Guru won't bless. But in the teachings we hear that first I have to please the Guru. The Shishya has to please the Guru. Thoda haath pair daba ke. In the olden days, maybe it's cold. The teacher used to be elderly. And then, some aches and pains would be there. So they would massage the feet with oil or whatever it was. And it would seem to the lay person who doesn't know anything about this, oh, you have to butter up the teacher in order to get something. No. It is just the teacher is always pleased. The always pleased teacher is seeing whether the student is ready or not. Is looking for the readiness in the student to transform themselves, and that is called pleasing the teacher. When one is ready to transform, the teacher naturally is very happy. That is what is called the grace of the teacher. Then what is that? Guru Anugraha. Then finally, all these three things can be present, but still the knowledge doesn't take place. Why? Because of my own diffidence. I can't get this. I'll never understand Sanskrit. I'll never understand the Shastra. I don't know the language. Why I'm like this? So the fourth anugraha is Atma Anugraha. One's own anugraha. I permit myself. I open my heart for these teachings. I dare to let the teachings in, even though I don't trust anybody and I can't handle anybody. I let the Shastra in. I dare to trust again. That is the Shraddha. And this is Atmanugraha is gained by cultivating reverence for the knowledge. So this is Atmanugraha. And so all these four anugrahas, when they are there in full measure, the knowledge takes place. More we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow it's not a holiday, right? Or that was today, Wednesday. No holiday. Yeah. Next Wednesday we'll have holiday. All right. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shubharatri. Good night to everybody.